my name's Peter. I'm work for the Salvation Army, the Bridge House, and I'm an alcohol and drug counsellor working in the sector of drugs and alcohol. Within the actual Bridge programme, this is the first start of the Bridge programme. We have the Sober Up side, which is open 24 hours a day. That's for the police to bring people in who are intoxicated, or now we've recently got the ambulances coming in to stop some of the congestion at hospital. So they're coming in. And we've got a detox centre where you can be detoxed for 7 days, or you are detoxed for 5 days to come into assessment. And the assessment part of this centre is to be assessed to go to Harry Hunter's. It helps with the sleep patterns, helps with your dietary intake. For some, some people just haven't had a shower for weeks, and it helps them to get into a routine. So it's about helping people get into a routine, finding a little bit out about themselves by doing some counselling as well. It's going through past histories and doing work around the centre, and then when we consider that they're ready to go and want to do the programme, that's important, that they actually want to be here, then we transfer them up to Harry Hunter's, where they continue for 13 weeks up at Harry's. I had a drink and cannabis problem myself. I emigrated from England. Didn't really settle in with the job that I came over with, which was a toolmaker. So I found it very difficult to find work, and basically I was on the dole for a while, and thought I needed to change my life, to do something really. So I stopped drinking and stopped the cannabis, and I went to Centrelink and said, look, I want to do some study, and they said, yeah, okay, very good. They paid for the first 3 semesters, and I could have done anything, but I chose drugs and alcohol because of the background that I had, and I thought that would be very interesting for me to do. Yeah. Okay. So at TAFE I did my a certificate 3, 4 and diploma in alcohol and other drugs, and then recently I've just been to university and got a degree, Bachelor of Counselling. Yeah. And that's like within 10 years since I stopped drinking and using. Well, I hope to achieve, to be honest, I don't hope to achieve anything. I hope they achieve sobriety, because really it's all about the clients helping themselves. So we're actually here to help the clients help themselves. When they actually learn to help themselves, that's when they stand a better chance of actually being in sobriety for, hopefully, for the rest of their lives. And I feel it's building up a passion in their lives. So, I mean, some of them come in when they're 30, some are 20. I mean, if they come in around 30 or 20, well, they've got about another 50 years of their lives to go, and it's just about pointing out, well, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with the next 50 years of your life? And it's about building up that passion in them to actually do something that they're passionate about, instead of doing what I did. Basically, was do 15 years working a job that I just didn't like, and basically it was for somebody else. Yeah, so I hope that's what they achieve in their lives, just passion to go through their lives. Yeah. The only basically challenge for me is in the counselling role is getting the therapeutic role going, and getting the trust. I think once you've got the therapeutic commitment, then and the trust, then it's quite easy then, because if they trust you, then they'll divulge information to you, and then you can help them to sort out what's going on, what issues they've got. You usually find that people come through 2 or 3 times, and that's because they get stuck on an issue. And that's a big challenge to get them over that issue, because when they come in and talk, or when they come in with their issues, sometimes the issue is just too painful. And if the issue is too painful, they just don't want to talk about it. So that's kind of a challenge to get over, because with the issue that's too challenging, if they start talking about the issue, then the next step is forgiveness, which is always hard, to forgive, especially something like in domestic violence or rape or something like that. It's hard to forgive, but it's helping them to forgive, but not to forgive the person, but to forgive them so they can move on, with their lives. So that's probably one of the hardest challenges, getting through the where the clients are stuck. Oh yeah, the rewards are really good. Sometimes the clients will come back at weekends and have our culinary night of pie and beans. So they come in and have a chat and have a pie and beans with us, because all the clients like our pie and beans. So and it's just, you see people in the street and they come up and say, "Hi, how you going?" You say, "How you going?" And they say, "Yeah, we're doing really well. I've got a girlfriend, buying a house, got a job," and that's just really fantastic. I would only recommend it if they were here, as I say, not to help people, but to help people help themselves. If you wanted to help people, I don't think it's really the job for you, because then you become a carer, and that's not good to become a carer if you're a counsellor. It's about stepping back and allowing the person to do. So if you're in that kind of frame of mind, I suggest it's a really, really good job. If you are going to do it, I would recommend at this particular moment in time going to Notre Dame University to do their counselling course. That I find was really, really good. I went there and I really, really enjoyed it. It was really fantastic.